All right, for today's objective, you're going to write, I can go back and forth between radical and rational exponents and simplify radicals. I can go back and forth between radical and rational exponents and simplify radicals. All right, the next. Okay, so rational just means exponents, and radical means like square root signs. Okay, to go from exponents to radicals, that's similar to 14 through 23 in your assignment. Okay, you take the top number goes to the back, and I'm going to show you an example of this, and the bottom goes to the front. For example, you guys write smaller than I do, but example for number 2, x to the 3/4. To turn that to a radical, you would say the 3 is on the top, so it goes to the back, and the 4 is on the bottom, so it goes to the front. Then, to go from a radical to a rational, exponent, which is similar to numbers 1 through 13 on your assignment, you're going to take the front goes to the bottom, the back goes to the top. So for example, for number 3, you have, say we have 5 times the square root of x to the 6th. Okay, the front, which is the 5, goes to the bottom. Oops, nope. And the 6 goes to the top. So this goes to the top. This goes to the bottom. I realize that's really confusing, so we're going to do some actual examples, not just random ones I made up. All right, number 4 is the first one I did. So if you look at that, the 6n becomes your base. 6n becomes your base. The front number goes to the bottom. So that 3 goes to the bottom, and the 4 goes to the top. 6n to the 4/3 power is the answer. Number 5, if there's no number in front of a square root, it is a 2. Okay? No number in front of square root, it equals 2, because that is a square root. That's literally what a square root does. So my new base is n. The 2 goes to the bottom, and the 5 goes to the top. Number 10. When there is no number in back, it is a 1. So here, my base would be 2n. My 3, would go to the bottom, and 1 would be on top. Because there's no number back there, we put a 1. There's no number here, we put a 2. There's no number here, we put a 1. Number 11, same thing. My base is 5 to the x. My bottom number is the 4, and the 7 is the top. And I'm putting these in parentheses because it's not just the x going to the 7/4, it's the whole 5x. Okay? We can do 7. So number 7 says 6th root of n squared. So back here is a 1. So n squared is my base. The 1 goes to the top, and the 6 goes to the bottom. And that's it. Good questions. All right, number 14. Now we're going from rational to radical. X to the 1/6. My base becomes what goes under the radicand. This goes under the square root. The bottom number goes out front, and the whatever top number is goes to the back. Back, front. So number 15, underneath the radicand, you're going to have 3b squared. In the back, you're going to have a 1. And in the front, you're going to have a 3. (16) Under the radicand, 6x, 3 goes out front, 5 goes in the back. (17) P goes underneath the radicand, 2 goes out front. Oh no, my brain's not working. 5 goes out front, and 2 goes in the back. All right, square root of 5, P, 2. Make sure you make it clear that the 5 or whatever number is in the actual radicand. Don't do 5 times P squared, okay? It needs to actually be like in this little crook of this thing so that you can tell it's not a multiplication, it's a fifth factor, okay? Just for going forward purposes, okay? Not out front. So if you go to the next page, 8 times the cube or the square root of 105. So this is something we haven't done before, but this is how you do it. You take each thing that's under the radicand and you break it apart by factors. I would start this with 5 because you know 5 is a factor. You should have done factor trees in middle school. Did you guys do factor trees in middle school? Nope. Okay. 105 divided by 5 is 21. What are factors of 21? 7 and 3. So 105 is the same as 7 times 3 times 5. So do that on your calculator real quick. See if you get 105. 7 times 3 times 5. So that gives you 105. Now, to take something out from under a radicand, you have to have a pair. I don't have any pairs here. I only have 1 7, 1 3, and 1 5. So this actually can't be simplified. Number 1 is 8 times the square root of 105. Number 2. So I'm going to break down the 192. I'm going to start with, like, I guess 2. 192 divided by 2, 96. I'm going to pick, like, I don't know, 12. So 12 and 8. And I can break, and you're breaking these down until you can't break it down anymore. 12 I can do to 2 and 6. 6 I can do to 2 and 3. 8 I can do to 4 and 2. 4 I can do to 4 and 4. Anything that I've already broke, no, 2 and 2. 2 and 2, not 4 and 4. Nope, because it's multiply. So you can't break, and once you break it down, I cross it off because we're not going to use it anymore. We're only going to use what we've got. So I've got a 2, another 2, another 2, a 3, a 2, another 2, and another 2. Okay, all of those multiplied together. So if I did 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 2 times 2 times 2 is going to give me 192. Okay, I got rid of everything that was not prime and I broke it down. So then I can take them out in pairs. I have one pair of 2s and I have another pair of 2s. And then I have a third pair of 2s. Okay, so I'm going to leave this for just a sec. That 2 out front right here is just going to come over here. And then I'm going to take out each pair becomes one thing. So this first pair is going to become a 2. Just 1, 2. Right? Because the square root of 4 when I take it out is 2. The second pair is going to come out and be a 2. And this third pair is going to come out and be a 2. The only thing left under there is just this 3. Okay? That's all that's left under there is a 3. So I want you to do 2 different problems. The first one, I want you to do 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 and then multiply it by the square root of 3 on your calculators. Nope, not by 3, by the square root of 3. Should give you like 27 and some change. Now, do 2 times the square root of 192. Did it give you the same number? Yes. Okay, so this all equals this. It's just a different way of writing it. So what is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2? 16. Square root of 3. But I also have these m's under here. What does m to the third really mean? What does m to the third really mean? Does it mean 3m or does it mean m times m times m? Yeah. So how many pairs of m's do I have? 1 pair of m's. 16 came from 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So I can take out 1 pair of m's, and then underneath there I have a 3 and an m left. That is the complete answer.